everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane. Today we're having a look at TrueFi. What exactly is TrueFi? That's the first thing we're going to go through. Next thing we're going to have a look at is the price and the token's supply. I want to take a look at the token's distribution as well, so the tokenomics as well, and get a proper understanding of that. We've got a lot to go through, so get yourself ready to learn about TrueFi because like a couple of hours ago, I didn't know what TrueFi was until I did my research. And now I've got a perfect article to share that research with you. And I think it's worth telling. I think it's worth discovering what TrueFi is. Before we get this video started, let me just declare this video is strictly for entertainment purposes. This video is not financial advice. Introducing TrueFi, DeFi's first uncollateralized lending protocol powered on-chain credit scores. That's uncollateralized lending protocol. Well, Trust Token has launched TrueFi, the protocol for uncollateralized lending, powered by the first ever on-chain credit score, and it's governed by holders of the True Token. Now at launch, on November the 21st, 2020, TrueFi provides a vetted borrowers for request loans dominated in True USD, that's TUSD. There's True Stakers to assess the credit worthiness of loans, and there's True USD lenders to earn attractive APY and true incentives on stablecoins loans on the protocol. Now, since its launch, TrueFi has evolved rapidly following a public roadmap, undergone two major protocol upgrades, and started decentralizing protocol governance via Snapchat, and exceeded 200 million in loan originations with zero defaults, making TrueFi DeFi's first and leading uncollateralized lending protocol. So what we've got here is a light paper, and this light paper was updated in July the 21st to include these milestones, and it reflects changes in the design of the protocol. So it's crucial that we go through this section of information and that everyone watching this video get a proper understanding of what this protocol is. Now, much of DeFi's success has been built on uncollateralized lending. While much of DeFi's success has been built on over-collateralized lending, uncollateralized lending and bringing the true credit score to crypto is widely seen as the next transformative step for DeFi. The traditional unsecured lending market makes up 11 trillion global industry, yet none of that lending has come on-chain until TrueFi completed DeFi's first uncollateralized loan in 2020. Now, because of uncollateralized lending, that provides an opportunity for lenders to earn higher long-term returns than secured lending, and for borrowers to maximize their capital efficiency. Now, it says, we believe on-chain collateral-free lending will ultimately far outpace DeFi existing collateralized lending market. There's also a TrueFi community. You can join their Discord, Telegram. They're also on Twitter as well, and that's a great way to keep up with their latest news. And these are some of the platforms that TrueFi is available on. That's FTX, Binance, and DEXs like Uniswap and SushiSwap. Now currently, the price sits at 0.53 cents. It's 53 cents per token. So it's important to understand that there's 1.4 billion, 1,450 million token in max supply. But in the circulating supply, there's only 10%. There's only 140 million that are in circulating supply. So it's important to understand that overall max supply, there's a huge supply, over 1.4 billion. But the good news is that the market's got plenty of volume. We're talking over 51 million in 24 hours trading period. That's huge for any crypto. But here's where it gets really excited. Lately, the price have skyrocketed up to around 80 cents at the 5th of August. That's just yesterday. That's just one day ago. Not to mention the 24 hours volume was $929 million that are traded in a 24 hours period. That's crazy for any crypto, but especially for TrueFi. Now the good news is I like exactly what I'm seeing from TrueFi. I think this is the exact way a cryptocurrency like this could hit the dollar on the market, on the crypto market. I think this is the exact way that a cryptocurrency like this could hit 100x from its current price of 53 cents. But it's 100x is a long way ahead. We're talking like 5 years into the future, but 5 years is exactly where you want to look. 10 years, 20 years is exactly where you want to look. when you're talking about DeFi and cryptocurrency. Just think about it. 5 years ago, where was cryptocurrency and where was DeFi? It was completely different, a completely different landscape. But cryptocurrencies such as TrueFi and their developers were already thinking about the next 5 years. So what I need them to do is to think about the next 10 and 20 years. Because I can guarantee you, by 2030, the cryptocurrency and DeFi market are going to look completely different. Not to mention NFT market as well. It's always going to be evolving. It's always going to be changing. TrueFi will have to adapt. We'll have to continuously adapt. So where do I see the price going from here? Well, I kind of anticipate that the price will probably stabilize around between 40 cents to around 60 cents, between 40 cents and 60 cents. And the exact price right now, 55 cents. But I still think there's a small chance for this cryptocurrency to hit the dollar before the end of this year. It's definitely not impossible to happen. It's definitely on the cards, which is exactly what I want to wait for, which is exactly what I want to see happening. But if it did hit a dollar before the end of this year, that will be big, huge for TrueFi. It's going to get them a lot of attention. It's going to get a lot of people on the crypto market speaking about TrueFi a lot more. Now, in terms of market cap, that's around 77 million. But a lot of people won't like what they see, because if you go into TrueFi profile right now on CoinMarketCap, you're going to see a lot of red. You're going to see that in the last 24 hours, the market cap is down 28%. You're going to see that the volume is down 58%, 57% actually. And you can see that the price is down 28%. So a lot of people won't like that, but I think ultimately that's a good thing because there is resistance to the price. It's not just that the price is shooting up into the stratosphere and there's no resistance. I think when there is resistance, that's shown realism. That's showing true strength of this crypto, that it can be stabilized around 50 cents. And that's really good for this crypto. So don't be bothered. Don't be swayed by the 29% of loss due to the price in the last 24 hours. That's normal when the price has shot up into the sky out of nowhere. People don't know what to think, so people are obviously going to sell, and that's what's happened. You can't control when people sell and when they buy. What you can control is your perception, your view on what's going on in the market. And you have to be able to remove your emotions from your opinion sometimes, and you got to think logically. So let's move on to the next segment, the history. Why are they building TrueFi? So at Trust Token inception in 2017, our teams envision a future in which traditional assets would move more to the blockchain, taking advantage of the speed. So the thesis is played out in part. While global stablecoin like TUSD, committees and some financial assets are increasingly moving on-chain, most real-world assets like real estate have struggled to find the infrastructure and demand necessary for a robust marketplace. Now, the explosion of DeFi introduced a new asset class with huge demands on the blockchain. So as lending and borrowing grows at a breakneck pace, our work as a stablecoin provider gave us a front row seat watching DeFi yield rise and fall, from supporting Bitcoin miners with stablecoins to providing leverage to trading desk. To rise the yield of farming, we watch centralized and decentralized lending platforms alike compete to find and build new ways of earning high, usually fleeting yields, more prominently on USD pegged stablecoin. Now, what I do like about this article, it goes into what TrueFi is and how it works. So I suggest you definitely should check out this article and read this for yourself because it's really fascinating and it explains to you a lot of things. But for the most part on this video, I wanted to go through the basics of TrueFi, and I believe we've done that. I believe we have a proper understanding of exactly what TrueFi is, and that's exactly what I wanted to accomplish today with everyone. So before we end this video, we'll just end on the True Token distribution. The grants and companies, they get 9.5%. And future teams, they get 4.5%. Team and management, they get 18.5%. And there's a private cell, or at least they were a private cell, that gets 28.5%. There's also incentive distribution that gets, guess what, 39%. That's one of the main reasons why there are only 10% available for circulating supply to be bought up by the market at 140 million coins in circulation. Because most of the other coins, they're distributed to different areas for good reasons. For pre-sale, for incentive distribution for teams, for future teams, for management, for grants and companies. So this was my video on TrueFi. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know, what should I talk about next? And did you enjoy this video on TrueFi? If you did, I can make a more in-depth video on TrueFi, and we can have a further look into TrueFi and where it's going in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.